The air inside the arena was thick enough to slice, a palpable cocktail of sweat, anticipation, and pyro smoke. This wasn't just another match. It was Saturday night's main event, and the coveted championship hung in the balance between three men who couldn't be more different. In one corner, the brute force of Rusev, a mountain of muscle draped in the Bulgarian flag, his eyes promising pure, unadulterated destruction. In another, the enigmatic Penta L0M, his skeletal paint a stark warning, his fingers contorted into a sinister taunt, whispering his chilling mantra, Cero Miedo. And in the third, the underdog, Dominik Mysterio, the title gleaming in his eyes, a boy trying to steal a crown from two kings. From the opening bell, it was a whirlwind of conflicting styles. Rusev, a bull in a china shop, cared not for allegiances or artistry. He charged, a freight train of power, leveling both Penta and Dominik with equal disdain. His game was simple: hurt everyone. The ring shuddered with every clubbing blow, every thunderous fall. He hoisted a squirming Dominik into the accolade, the crowd wincing as Dom's face turned crimson, his championship dreams seemingly moments from snapping. But Penta is the chaos that thrives in the shadow of order. As Rusev focused on breaking the air, the luchador became a blur of violent innovation. He materialized from the ropes, a phantasm in face paint, driving a thunderous thrust kick into Rusev's jaw, forcing him to release the hold. The match immediately fractured into a breathtaking ballet of high risk and high impact. Penta soared, a beautiful, destructive angel, his fear factor DDT a move he seemed to invent on the spot. Yet every time he built momentum, the immovable object that was Rusev would reassert itself, catching him mid-flight with a spine-jarring powerbomb. And through it all, slithering through the chaos like a serpent, was Dominik Mysterio. He was the opportunist, the strategist playing a dangerous game of survival. He knew he couldn't match Rusev's power nor Penta's aerial insanity, so he waited. He ducked. He rolled to the outside, using the precious seconds to recover while the two titans clashed. When Penta had Rusev reeling with a series of stiff strikes, Dominik would dart in, attempting a quick, sneaky roll-up. He wasn't fighting to win. He was fighting to not lose, waiting for the perfect moment to steal the victory. That moment arrived in a heart-stopping sequence. Rusev, having endured a package piledriver from Penta that shook the very foundations of the ring, somehow kicked out at the last possible millisecond. The shock on Penta's painted face was visible even from the rafters. Seizing the opening, Rusev roared back to life, planting Penta with a monstrous machka kick. He didn't go for the cover. Instead, he turned his fury towards the recovering Dominik, stalking him for a final, definitive blow. But as Rusev charged, Dominik, with the desperate instinct of a cornered animal, dropped to the mat, pulling down the top rope. Rusev tumbled over the top and to the floor below, a fallen Goliath. The ring was now a two-man theater. Penta was stirring in the corner. Dominik, seeing his chance, scrambled towards him, but Penta was rising, his hands beginning to form the dreaded Cero Miedo symbol, ready to seal Dominik's fate. In a move that defied his underdog status, Dominik didn't retreat. He charged, ducking under Penta's taunt and hitting a low blow right in the referee's blind spot. The crowd erupted in a mix of boos and shots laughter. As Penta crumpled, the fight gone from him in an instant of elicited pain, Dominik fell atop him, hooking a leg. 1, 2, 3. The bell rang. Confetti, somehow feeling both celebratory and scandalous, rained down. Dominik Mysterio, the boy who fought dirty, had his hand raised. The title was his, not won through sheer dominance, but through cunning, survival, and a perfectly timed cheat. On Saturday night's main event, the victor wasn't the strongest or the most fearless, but the smartest. And as he held the gold aloft, a wicked smirk on his face, a new controversial era was born.